Hello there, this is Teacher Luz of Canglish.com. Welcome to another video lecture. We are studying with the book Essential Grammar in Use, 3rd edition by Raymond Murphy. Today, we will continue our lesson in Unit 3, the present continuous tense. Before we move on, let us have a little recap on our previous lesson about this topic. We learned that we can use the linking verbs am, is, and are plus the verb plus ing, or in the present tense, when you are making a sentence in the present continuous tense. Now we also learned about the ways to use the present continuous. I told you that we have 3 ways, right? Number 1, when it talks about activities that are happening now. My example was the kids are watching TV. The second one, it also talks about activities happening around now, but not necessarily this very moment. For example, Sally is studying very hard for her exams next week. That doesn't mean she is studying this very moment, right? The third one, present continuous tense, talks about activities happening in the near future. For example, I am seeing my dentist on Wednesday. Now, when we are writing the present continuous, you can write it in a positive or negative form. I always remind you that when we are writing sentences in the negative form, we often use the word not. Okay? Now, I also gave you some examples right here of some examples of sentences in the present continuous tense. Now, let's go further, okay? We learned that the present continuous tense, we use linking verbs plus the verb in the ing form, right? So it means something is happening now. To demonstrate the present continuous tense, let us use a timeline right here. Can you see this? You can see the past, now, and the future. In the present continuous tense, we usually use the words or the verbs in this part, like this one. Now, to be a little simple, let's try to understand it with the definitions I gave you. We say that this tense talks about activities that are happening now. It means that something is happening right here, this very moment. You can say, I'm working. She's wearing a hat. They're playing football. I'm not watching television. Next one. Present continuous tense talks about activities happening around now and not necessarily this very moment. Remember that when we say this very moment, it means it is in this part. But when you say around now, it means it is somewhere in this part right here. Okay? For example, Sally is studying very hard for her exams next week. Then for the last one, it talks about activities happening in the near future. Of course, this goes right here. I am seeing my dentist on Wednesday. I hope I simplified proper use of the present continuous tense. Did you find it quite easy? Sure you did. Well, okay. Let's continue with some more sentences that shows the present continuous tense. These are very good sentences you can use every day. Number 1, please be quiet, I'm working. Or you can also say, I'm working now. Next, look, there's Sarah. She's wearing a brown coat. meaning she is wearing a brown coat now. Next, the weather is nice. It's not raining. Where are the children? They're playing in the park. We're having dinner now. Can I phone you later? Next, you can turn off the television. I'm not watching it. Now, let me just remind you again that when you use the present continuous tense, you are using our linking verbs and an action word with ing, or in the present tense. Here are some examples. Come, you have coming. Write, writing. Dance, dancing. Run, running. Sit, sitting. Swim, swimming. And lie, lying. My challenge for you is, I want you to try to make new sentences using these verbs. I hope you can try to make present continuous sentences with these things right here. That will be very good practice for you. Well, we are finished with the Unit 3. I hope you are ready to answer the exercises on the next page. See you soon!